Well, a cemetery in St. Augustine that was in bad shape is the latest place of an unfolding mystery. A grave site of a journalist at the St. Augustine Record, nearly lost to time, has been restored. And a woman in Texas read an article about it and said, hey, that journalist was my great aunt. I know that lady. And she then found out she has other relatives buried there as well. Tonight, an exclusive on First Coast News, the Texas woman's journey to find her family. On a hot July day in West Augustine.
Thank you for being that living testament.
In the Sebastian Cemetery, a segregated graveyard from the 1800s.
This is Artemisia.
Lillian Holloway points to relatives from generations ago.
This is my grandfather.
While living in Texas, she read an article about the West Augustine Improvement Association cleaning the cemetery and fundraising for new headstones of those like Artemisia Holloway, whose name on her tombstone was rotting away.
Artemisia, I was like, I know Artemisia. Those are my people. I know them.
So Holloway, her husband and son drove from Texas to St. Augustine this summer, a place they had only heard of.
I wanted to be here to see this.
And not only is her great aunt Artemisia's grave here, so is her great aunt Teresa's and her great grandfather Abraham's. He was born months after the Emancipation Proclamation.
He was the youngest of his mother's children and the only one that got to stay with her. They were all sold away
as slaves. And on this day, others from the West Augustine Improvement Association gather to welcome Holloway and her family.
Thank you so much.
And as a way of continuing the improvement here at the cemetery, Holloway and many of her relatives have donated $1,500 toward the placement of new headstones here.
To find her so genuine in what she wanted, because she didn't come to look for anything. She just wanted to come to see.
And to reunite.
These are the ashes of my grandfather.
Holloway brought her grandfather's and her father's ashes to scatter on her great-grandfather's grave. Abe, the first of his family born in freedom.
Even here in a cemetery, I'm not filled with sorrow, but with hope.
The kind of hope that her ancestors had for freedom, that she has for her son, and the hope that strangers have when they want to restore a cemetery full of people who lived lives that should not be forgotten. And in this story on our website, there will be more information about the group that is actively working to restore and maintain the cemetery.